Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started. Doggies, I'm feeling it. I needed that. Needed a little bit of kick in the ass to get my energy up. I am unfortunately sitting here with still major back problems, but hey, nothing that a good attitude cannot resolve. So here we are, another episode of the Living Artist Podcast. Thanks for coming back. I have been doing a lot of exercises, back exercises, different types of stretching every day. And I've been doing it 6 to 8 times a day. And it got me thinking about something called consistency and how really there's no area of life where consistency is not important. It can be back exercises. It can be how you work on your relationship. It can be consistency of submitting to galleries. I don't care. It don't matter none. It's all the same. Consistency is mad important. So let's talk about that today. Just kidding. This was just going to be a banjified show. No, that's it. That's not going to continue. What is going to continue? See what I'm doing here? Consistency. I said once on an interview that two of my favorite things, actually two of my superpowers as an artist, were consistency and showing up. Those two things, if you can master those two things, you're halfway there. Consistently uploading product, consistently showing up to gallery shows, consistently showing up in the studio. You name it, across the board. It's all important. The other thing is showing up, doing what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, you show up there. If you tell somebody you're going to support their show, you show up and support the show. If you say you're going to start a project, you start the project. If you say, yeah, I'm going to create this piece for you and have it done by this time, then get it done by this time. All these things add up to a level of professionalism and dependability that people, not only friends and other artists, but collectors will really appreciate. Look, I'm going to be honest. It hasn't been easy to record these last couple of weeks, but I made a commitment. I said, hey, I'm going to show up. I am going to create a podcast where I release an episode every week. Come hell or high water, I'm releasing it. And I've done that. I haven't missed a week. Every Tuesday I release something. And I got thrown off on this one. And you know what? I'm recording it the day before. But guess what? It doesn't matter because I'm getting it done. I'm bringing, the energy. I'm bringing the funk. I'm bringing whatever I can bring to do this at a level that I think is valuable. And hopefully you all see that too. But really just showing up and having that consistency of releasing this. Not only is that going to show in the algorithm, for example, when people are searching for this, when Google does all the crawling of the internet and it looks at podcasts and it looks at consistency, not only does that help me and the podcast showing up more in Google searches, but it also helps the audience. For the people who come back and listen to this and who will in the future, it shows the level of professionalism and it shows that they can count on you. They can count on you to put out content every week. And, it's the same thing across the board with almost all social media, whether that's Instagram, Pinterest, all these new things, Clubhouse, whatever. It's all about showing up consistently and bringing consistent, valuable content. So if you're just showing up and you're uploading stuff all the time and you're doing that at a level of quality, then you're going to get results no matter what. I don't care what anybody says. That is going to happen. That is definitely a healthy byproduct of showing up and consistency. Results, right? Now, that's the same with all these art marketplaces that I've talked about. I know I did my episode on art marketplaces, my favorite art marketplaces. Well, one of the few things that I would say are, well, for lack of a better word, consistent about these different platforms is that if you're an artist who shows up and uploads consistently with quality, of course, assuming some level of quality, but you're uploading consistently, let's say 4 times a week. Let's say you make a point to upload 4 times a week. That is every other day, basically, right? For the week, a little bit more than 50%. If you can do more than that, great. But if you do that and you did that over time, you are going to start popping up more and more. More people, more collectors, more potential collectors are going to see your work. You're going to get in with the algorithm. It's going to start really giving you a boost. Now, part of the thing with consistency that is difficult right now, especially for some of the younger generations and our generation, I mean, it's human nature, right? We want instant gratification. We want to do something and get results right now. But, that's not always possible. You have to see consistency and, couple that with the end game a little bit. You have to go, okay, this might not happen right away, but I'm going to make a pact with myself to show up consistently, to upload consistently, to create consistently for this X amount of time. And I'm not going to get discouraged until I see results, right? So I don't care if that takes 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but I promise you at some point it will. Take me, for example, on Artfinder. I was on Artfinder since, 2014, I think? And I didn't make my first sale on there until it was either late 2015 or 2016. But as soon as I did, and as soon as I started to figure out that this stuff works, I was like, all right, I'm going to continue doing this consistently. I'm going to turn this one sale into something that I see a handful of other artists doing, which is selling consistently. Like if you look at my Instagram, you'll see sales. You'll see sales consistently. There'll be little pauses every once in a while, but for the most part, you're going to see a sale every 6 or 7 posts at least. And that came from a game plan. That came from me saying, I'm going to take this one sale. I'm going to apply the things that I've learned, and I'm going to consistently upload. I remember there was a time where I was uploading every single day. Now, you need a body of work. And if you don't have that body of work, you got to create that body of work. But I made that commitment. And sometimes, I was putting stuff up that wasn't 100% dry yet. But I worked that out too. I'm not going to go into that right now. But I consistently uploaded for like 2 years, almost every single day. And I did some other things about showing up in the community consistently. But it started to pay off. After about 6 months or a year plus the time I'd put in before that first sale, I started to sell consistently. It turned into like 2 or 3 sales a month, which turned into 4 to 6 sales a month just on that one platform. Imagine what you could do if you applied that to all these different art marketplaces. Hell, imagine what you could do if you applied that to every aspect of your life. Consistency. Imagine how much better your art would get if you just created consistently. If you said, look, I am going to create a new painting every day. Or maybe you can't do that. I'm going to create a new painting every other day. Imagine how much better you would get in just a year's time, in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time. Just imagine how your body of work would grow. Imagine how many more eyeballs would be seeing your work when you post that to Instagram and go, wow, this person's really consistent. This person really takes their craft seriously. I dig what this person's doing. That goes a long way, people. The same thing happened with me when I said, okay, look, I've got 800, 900 paintings. And I'd sold, a fraction of those, obviously. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn this into consistent sales. So I decided to start promoting the things in a different way, uploading them to different marketplaces every single day, getting that stuff out there. I started repackaging certain things. So I said, okay, look, I'm going to start promoting this in this way consistently until I get myself to a point where my artwork's more manageable. My inventory is more manageable. I decided my goal is going to be, I want to sell 50% of my inventory. That means 1 out of every 2 paintings that I post, I sell. And you know what? This year, I passed that. I'm at 55% right now. And that to me seemed like an unreachable goal, 5 years ago. I would have never thought, oh, you've got 900 paintings, 900 plus paintings, and you're going to be selling 55% of those. And now my goal is, guess what? Get over 60, get over 70. And you do that by consistently showing up with a game plan. So I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration to get some of these goals straight in your own head. Start turning that corner from just showing up every once in a while to showing up consistently in the studio, online, in galleries, for other artists. I guarantee you, if you make a pact with yourself to do some of these things, it is going to pay off for you like you wouldn't believe. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but very soon. And pretty soon you're going to get so used to doing it that just becomes who you are and what you're about. You're going to start enjoying the process. You're going to start getting better at it. It's not going to just be about, I'm doing this for the payoff. No, the payoff's great and it's going to happen, but you're going to start enjoying the process too. This is what consistency brings. You're going to start training that muscle. It's going to be muscle memory at some point. Your body's going to be like, man, I don't feel right unless I'm creating all the time. I don't feel right unless I'm posting all the time. I need that consistency in my life. So that is the real goal. Everything else is just a healthy byproduct. I guarantee you this is going to work. Start applying it in your lives. Reach out to me on socials like you always do. And I got to get some ice on my back. But you know what? I feel so much better talking to you all. And I know I'm going to beat this because I'm going to consistently do what is necessary to turn that corner. And I'm already, man, I've got goals. I am coming back stronger. I'm like so anxious to get back in the studio right now. This little break has gotten me fired up. It's gotten me pissed. It's gotten me ready to go and create and, take the world by storm. So watch out now. Hee-hoo. But looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you all come up with too this year. Hit me up and see you next time. This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.